Hi, folks. Normally I do a video Saturday afternoon or even Sunday afternoon, but I had a little bit of time and I have get caught up on some things around here. But I was thinking tonight, I was working with a couple of clients earlier in the day and just doing some reading, working on a writing project that I made a commitment to a friend of mine on concerning Native Americans. But I was thinking about how we sometimes get into these situations in life where we compromise our integrity or compromise our boundaries. And when I think about this, I was even thinking about this week as part of uh, this whole process of self-esteem and self-motivation. The goal is things are going to be tough. They're not going to be easy. And I told this to one of my kids or children today that life isn't easy, but it's what you do with those situations by stepping out of your comfort zone and making the correct changes. Like, for example, all this week or last week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, even today, I was stepping out of my comfort zone all week. And I thought about this evening and how I wanted to earlier all this week, I felt like I was eating a lot of junk. Took one of my children back to school on Sunday, but it seemed like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, stopping at McDonald's or stopping at Dunkin' Donuts or stopping before going to work, stopping and getting the coffee and a couple donuts. I felt like this whole week that because I was going into work early, that I felt like, and doing other things with family and friends in the morning, that I felt like I was out of my sync or out of my biorhythms. So, in essence, what I did today was step out of my comfort zone and put myself back on track concerning where I wanted to be about, stepping out of my comfort zone. I think what happens, especially in my case, you get used to the continuity of the safeness of things. And when that happens, you just turn to that. And what I wrote down, and I journal every day, and I advise people to do that, the same as that, is to always step out of your comfort zone and say, how can I change things or how can I make things different? For instance, for myself this week, I made a commitment because I was really had a busy weekend last week with everybody going back to school, etc., back to college, that I would take this weekend off and then assess things this week. And then I wanted to put a big dent into a writing project that I worked on. Worked on a proposal this week for my company. So, in essence, I wanted to take this weekend off and recharge my battery, recharge my mental state. And I advise people that as well is to always take that mental day or mental hour, or mental time. I do a meditation, for instance, on Sunday evenings. So, in essence, what I tell people is make the most of your situation by stepping out of your comfort zone. But part of that as well is also to don't compromise your boundaries. So, in other words, yeah, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone. For instance, I had only written one proposal before, but my company asked me if I'd do something like this. I stepped up to and said, "Yeah, I'll do this." So, in other words, I said, "Did that," even though I had not really done a lot of it. I stepped out of my comfort zone, and really, I had put a lot of effort into this, and I was really happy with that. In essence, I had a writer or a literary agent reach out to me this week and said, "Really, I like one of your works that you're working on, and concerning um, um, what I'm working on." I had showed him that about the casino and I had done the one on casino and also Native American lands. But I also told him that I was working on this other project called Native Americans in the Drought. He really got into the Native American drought and consequently, he said, if you can expand this and make this more of a scholarly issue, I would really get this published for you, within our company. So in essence, what I'm doing this week is probably this week and next week. My goal is to get this into some working order in the next couple of weeks or no couple of weekends to get it worked out and even spend some time on it in the weekends. But I have to do some surveys and all that, but that's not going to be a big deal. But the point is, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone on that. So in essence, this whole coming week and probably the weekend after that is stepping out of my comfort zone, trying to work out everything. Consequently, also, I've been asked to, as a paid speaker out in Arizona for a conference in the spring. I volunteered for it. I'm not really at this point. I'll work out how I'll get out there and how I'll get out there back. But it was the point that on Monday I will sign the paperwork saying yes, I'll be as a paid speaker on it, because this is my first speaking engagement, and I will also spend some time looking at my paid speaking engagements tomorrow as well. So in essence, there again, I'm stepping out of my comfort zone and make the changes. And the upside of this, there's really an upside and a downside. But we'll do the downside first. The downside, you're going to fail sometimes, and you're going to fail miserably. But the point out of this is that you learn from that and you move forward from it. And I think what I've learned in the last year, especially finishing the PhD, is you're going to fail, but you move forward and move in a direction. Same essence would be that when you do something and you don't get the results you want, you learn from, move forward and move forward and move forward. Be positive and move forward. I have a mantra that I say. There's two. The one that I always say all the time. It's not my clown, it's not my rodeo, which all my people at work get a big kick out of when I say that. But the other one that I say is be positive, move forward. So what we need to do is be positive, move forward, and I say this to my children too. We're going to have these ups and downs, and that's part of life. You're going to have these ups and downs, and you move forward from it. But I heard something the other day from Steve Harvey. I was listening to something while I was eating some lunch, which I was eating McDonald's, which I shouldn't have done, but is that he said, and this stuck in my mind, is that when we die, and it's going to happen to all of us, what are we going to be remembered for? And the point here that I got out of it, I want my children's children to have a positive outlook. My children's children to know who I am. And I really, really thought about that, and I've been thinking about that. And I heard this, like I said, yesterday around lunchtime. And that's really had a big impact on me. So in essence, most successful people, they step out of that comfort zone and achieve the goals they need to achieve. But in essence, what I wanted to do, and I talked to one of my children about this, is as you get older, you think about your legacy and what you want to do with your legacy and what you want to achieve. But the point is, the nutshell is, this is really what it's all about, is you want your children's children to know who you are. So they could say, this is my dad, he did this, my granddad did this and this and this. So this is the legacy you want to leave. And this is where all this comes back to the beginning, where you have to step out of your comfort zone. And though, like I said, this video is long, the goal is always, there's going to be setbacks. You're going to get hurt. There's going to be failures. But it's what we do with this that makes things work and inspire us to be better people and to step out of our comfort zone and not to compromise our boundaries. Anyway, people, please like and subscribe below. Feel free to email me at bthomasmillerpsych@gmail.com. Also, I do have sessions that are available to help with your self-esteem, self-motivation. Feel free to email me. And like the people that I've helped so far, I've made a vast improvement in their lives. And there again, even just existing and just being be positive, be forward, the people around you, you'll better their lives as well. Anyway, talk to you real soon and have a nice weekend. Bye.